Well. Respect. You new and everybody else that gonna come in here. I want you to hear something, and it is quite disturbing. But this has to be talked about. As you see, I got the emergency hotline for domestic violence and for the teen hotline. And this is a PSA public service announcement that I am doing right now. We got to protect our women. We got to protect our children. That's the bottom line. And this right, this woman should live goes goes through like some whole lot of women go through, right? She's was in a whole lot of predicament like a whole lot of women. And her family knew about it and try to get her away from it. But guess what he would do? He would go back and war and say, "Oh, yeah, she was like some of the women think they could change somebody, or like some kind of like a man think they can change a woman. You can't change nobody. They gotta want to change themselves." And here's what the neighbor recorded. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all? I'll be right back. Did y'all hear that? Right? Y'all, you heard that? That is some disturbing stuff, isn't it? That is disturbing stuff. That's real disturbing. She didn't want to leave him. Why not? She didn't want to leave. I don't know why she didn't want to leave. Got kids together. They was together for over 11 years. They was together for over 11 years, right? Oh, I'm doing something here too. They've been together for over 11 years. 11 years. And that right there tells me that she loved him. Only problem with that is she didn't get a chance to. She didn't get a chance to. He unalived her with a friend in the house. He had his friend over there. What gets me is that his friend should have taken him out the doggone house. Should got him away from that situation. Should have got him for that situation. But no, he didn't. So I look at it, he is part of the blame. Because you up there, sitting up there, looking at them argue each other, and you didn't do nothing about it. And you saw him pull out a weapon, aim it at her. You did not try to do nothing to stop it. Ladies and gentlemen, no matter what that person tells you, no matter what that person buys you, they can go buy you the most expensive diamond ring, most expensive necklace, jewelry, clothes, whatever, flowers, car, whatever. And they can tell you, I'm a change. They can tell you that. Oh, he or she is just a nicer person as they can be. It's just a one-off thing. Salute Shawanda Williams. Salute, respect Shawanda Williams. It's a one-off thing. Then, if he or she hit you with a belt, Queen E James, if he hit you with a belt one time, he just downgrade you one time, or if he's does anything else to you one time, what would you do? What would you do? Would you stay with that person? Will you give him or her a second chance to do that to you? I think not. I think not. I'm not giving a person a second or third time to do what they got to do. But it's a mental thing that some females, some people go through, that some women go through. It's a mental thing. It's a mental thing that they go through. How many times you gonna sit there let him or her do that way, mentally and physically? You can't. I'm seeing too many women watching news, watching this and watching that. that it's kind of crazy how we've evolved for something that some people fall for anything. That some people are scared to be alone. Why should you be scared to be alone? I'd rather be alone than a person abusing me. Would you rather be alone than with a person that abuses you physically, mentally? It's only so much a person can tell you to get away. And you go to court, fill out these paperwork, then the courts don't believe you. Then you got these people fill out their paperwork and then also press charges. Then also they go back and say, "Oh, I want to drop the charges." Explain that to me. It's it's a mental thing. It's a mind thing. Because that person think they cannot live without the other person. How were you living before you got with that person? You got to think about how you were living before you got with that person. It starts when, think about it, a child sees this stuff and thinks that how what love is. A little boy sees how a man does his mom, then he think that's how you're supposed to treat a woman because you love them. A little girl might see that they think how treat you because he loves you. No, they ain't how it's supposed that is not how love is. Love is supposed to be kind, gentle. Love supposed to be you're supposed to have open communication with each other. Love is supposed to is kind of is like it's like the most precious thing in the world. What gets me is some of these women got kids by these men, and he does them that way. Why do men got kids by a woman that does him that way? Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that to you. I'm gonna put you on this, I'm gonna put you on that. Goes outside, the man's car key, tire flat, window busted. But you want to press charge against the woman. But soon you start doing something ironic out of the way. Soon as you start getting on her by doing that, by seeing your child, then you want to call the police on you. No, love don't supposed to hurt. I never known love is supposed to hurt. Love supposed to feel good. Love supposed to make you feel fuzzy inside. Love supposed to make you feel fuzzy inside. But who is there to protect the abused? Who is there to protect our women? Who is there to protect the women? I don't care what demographic they from. Who is there to protect them? The justice system? Respect being wrong. No, the justice system is not protecting. Is not protecting our women. Like I said, I don't care what group you in. Cause every group, every skin tone, whatever skin tone you're, no matter what group you from, is domestic violence in there. It is. So we can say this group treat these women like this right here, treat them like garbage, dirt, whatever. But how do your community, our community, treat our own women? How do they treat our own women? See, we got to start looking at ourselves. When we start looking at ourselves or how we treat each other, That's the bottom line. We got to start looking at how we treat each other. How would you do that to your own mother? Would you treat your own mother that way? Would you treat your grandmother that way? Like you're treating this woman that way? Would you treat your own father, your own granddaddy that way? Way you treat him? You don't supposed to do that. You don't supposed to be treating them that way. No, no shape, form, or fashion. Family is love. You want to love your family. You want to love everybody in your family. But some families is not always blood. Some family has that toxic relationship. That keep me respect. That's why I talk about this stuff. How would you feel if a man treated your daughter that way? How, respect, bro? How would you feel if a man treated your mother that way? So why would you treat the girl you're supposed to love that way? The woman you're supposed to love that way? Why? How can you find yourself to downgrade her, the mother, and she got your child? Do you want your daughter to see that? No, you don't want your daughter to see that. All right, I'm gonna get back to that. Let's get back to these this bullying, these teenagers suffer. I'm gonna read you two that really got to me. Let me see, can I find that first one? See, can I find the first one? Hold on. This is gonna break your heart right here. It's gonna break your heart right here. Okay, here we go. It's gonna break your heart right here. Who expect to bury their child? Who do you expect to bury your own children? Do you expect that? Nobody expects to bury their own children. This was posted May 16th and updated May 17th of this year in Las Vegas. In Las Vegas. Which one? Okay, go on across. Come on. Okay, here we go. Consumed by grief, the parents of a 12-year-old girl blamed the Clark County School District for not protecting their daughter from bullies. Their daughter, Flora Martinez, died by she unalived herself on May 7th. The mother goes say, I feel like the school had a duty to keep her safe while she was in their care, and they failed miserably. Her mother, Alice Martinez said, Flora's funeral took place on Thursday afternoon, which is something no parent wants to do, bury their own child. Shay, to respect. Who would want to bury their own child? Her parents described Flora as someone full of life, empathy, and an artist who loved ice cream. However, they noticed a change in her after she began sixth grade at Killer Middle School in August or last year. Her parents said she was tormented by bullies, and the school fails to protect her. How many times have we heard that story? How many times have we heard that story? That somebody fails to protect our children. How many times have we heard that story that somebody or something or some system failed to protect our women. This wasn't just one incident that happened. You know, she decided to take her life. Take her life. This was months and months and months of bullying that built up, and finally she just couldn't take it no more. See, we got to talk to our children. We got to talk to our kids. We got to find out. We got to stay in our kids' life. She said her parents said no matter how much they intervened, it wouldn't stop. Guess what? I'm taking leave from my job. I'm going to sit in that school. I'm going to sit in that school. I'm going to see what the heck going on in that school. And I want somebody to bully my child. You're not going to sit there and bully my child, and the school's not doing that. The school district is not doing nothing. Just like up in Missouri, McClure, Gang was the bully. She liked starting fight. Guess what? McClure wouldn't have none of it. And that's why Gaines where she at right now. See, I want to sit in that classroom. I'm going to sit in that classroom. I'm fine with going on. I'm going to be up at school every day. Oh, I'm going to be there when she goes in that school. I walk with her in that school. And I'm putting everybody on notice. You mess with my child, you mess with him, or you mess with her, no matter what my child is, you mess with either one. I don't care, a son or my daughter, you mess with my son or you mess with my daughter, it's going to be heck to pay. And guess what? And I'm going to let the school administration know, and I'm going to let the college superintendent, hey, if something happened to my daughter, if my son, if they come home saying somebody keep bullying and they didn't do that at the school, I'm going to raise HE double hockey stick. I'm going straight to jail. I don't blame you. You're right. I would draw. How the way you gonna tell me I can't sit in my child's classroom to observe? What? It's something you don't want me to see? It's something you don't want me to see. According to her mother, problems started way at the beginning of the school year. She was having run-ins with some classmates. See, she wasn't going to have no run-in with no classmate if I were there. If I were there in that classroom, she ain't gonna have no run-in. Cause guess what? I'm gonna get your name. I want that child parent name. Oh, we're gonna have me and that child parent gonna have a sit down. We're gonna have a sit down. Every child that picked on my child, we're gonna have a sit down. You know why we're gonna have a sit down? I'm gonna let them know. If my child come back home, somebody, your child did this to him or her, we're gonna have a problem. We're gonna have a problem. So you better talk to your child, or do you want to have a problem with me? Do you want to have a problem with me? Like I said, the school staff, the superintendent, the school board, they gonna know me. They ain't gonna want to. They're not gonna want to see me. According to her parents, she reported the issue to Keller Middle School assistant principal. Martinez even became involved, reported the problems her daughter was having to the school staff. Martinez also said she admit submitted paperwork for a transfer out of Keller. But according to a letter, CCSD denied that request on October 6, 2023. How the way you going to deny me the transfer? Guess what? Don't worry about it. You ain't got to transfer. I just take my child out of that school. See, this is where you start homeschooling them. When you start homeschooling your child, it ain't that your child's scared. You want your child back. That child that used to be happy, used to do his stuff. Respect, Nate. Whoop Pat Teledon, network respect. At that point, I already had out of school for 2 weeks because of all the incidents, just that short amount of time to the school year. I want to ask you a question. Would they would have had to transfer her? Or would y'all would just took her out of school and start homeschooling her? I was homeschooling her. See, and then when she went back to school, the bullying intensified. She claimed other students began fights with her. Okay, guess what? You see what happened to Gaines up in Missouri when she picked on the right one. You see what happened to her. And that girl was 12-year-old. Rico, 12-year-old Rico attended Keller Middle School with Matilda's daughter. She was like so nice to everybody. Rico said he also said he witnessed some of the bullying. I'm so sad because I feel like it's my fault because I should have really done something. I should have pushed everybody out of the way, got to her, Rico said. Respect Armando. The Clark County School did not reply to an email request to comment on the allegation. You got a 12-year-old boy, 12-year-old little boy saying he feel bad because he ain't do more. How the world you get a 12-year-old boy say he feel bad, he do more, when adults there should have did more. They did not do their job. They didn't do not what they supposed to do. And this little girl was 12 years old. 12 years old. Oh, that's not all. That's not all. That's not all. That's not the only one. That's not the only one. Hold on, we got one more. We got one more. We got one more. Hold on. I'm telling you about the 10-year-old. That was a 12-year-old little girl. This a 10-year-old little boy. His parents said that their 10-year-old unalive himself after relentless bullying. Relentless bullying. This in Greenfield, Indiana. 10-year-old Sammy, I can't pronounce his last name, was known by his family by being spontaneous, like when he jumped into a pool in 50-degree weather at the sight of some little waves. His little laugh, his big smile may not be heard or seen around anymore, but those will live in their hearts forever. He was a little boy. He was my baby. He was the youngest one, said Sammy mother, Nicole. His family said Sammy unalived himself Sunday morning, May 5th. Guess what? That 12-year-old girl unalived herself on May 7th in a different state. in a different state. He was being bullied up until the night before he died. They said it started last year at elementary school and continued this year to Greenfield Intermediate School. They were making fun of him for his glasses in the beginning, then on to make fun of his teeth. It went on for a long time, Sam said. What started as word, they said, progressively turned physical. They are not. They are not. Miss Akimi, she said, children in this generation are facing more cruelty, yet are typically more emotionally. They are not able to handle the level of evenness. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. I'm getting ready. After I get through this, I'm open up. I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna drop the link for anybody that want to come up and want to talk. He was beat up on the school bus, and the kid broke his glasses and everything. And I called the school, and I'm like, "What are you going to do about this?" I'm not calling no school. I'm not calling no school. Guess what? I'm keeping him home. I'm going up there at school. Oh, what? Why he in his school? Oh, till you do something about the bullying. He ain't coming to school. Just give it just give him the teacher name. I want his schoolwork for next month or 2 months. Until y'all do something about these bullies and get them out of here. So what you gonna do about it? It's keep getting worse and worse and worse. It's not getting any better. In fact, it's getting worse. His dad said that was just 1 or 20 times he'd been in contact with the school about bullying. Oh, this is what the superintendent of school had said for an interview. And although he wasn't available, he did answer a question. He said there was no bullying report for the student. And it's not going to be no report. Did you go check and see was there anything really going on? You see how they try to pass the buck? But he also said the school administrators and council had regular conversation with the family throughout the year, though he can't share the content of their conversation. What the heck is a conversation? What the heck is a conversation? What are conversation? They knew it was going on. They knew it was going on. See, and check this out now. Tammy family said the bullet progressed from school and the bus to places like Snapchat, even despite him having limited access to his phone. They kept saying, I'm gonna beat you up, I'm gonna beat you up when you get to school, saying mean things about his mom, which would really set him off, Sam recalled. But despite frequent conversation about listening to those who love you, Savage family said he became withdrawn and stopped opening it up. See, his arm alive himself, they believe was because he feared going to school after an incident in the bathroom last week and the constant harassment. We got to talk to our kids. We got to talk to our kids because this going on too much. This going on too much. See, you see the number of the teen hotline going across. Give that to your teens. If you got any teenage whatever kids, let them call that hotline. And American Academy of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry has a full bullying resource center. Stop Out Bullying what has resources for parents or children who are being bullied. I will tell me now, how would you go about doing these things? How would you go about doing it? I want to hear you. How would you go about stumping out what they be doing to your kids in school? Is it more efficient for you to homeschool your children? Is it more efficient for you to do other things with your children? Sit down and talk about them. Talk to them. Listen to them. Have them open up to you. Right? So why and how should we protect our children? How should we protect our women? How should we protect our women? How should we protect our women? Respect, Doc. Respect, Dolly. How should we protect our women and our children for anything that goes on in life? Our life is the best thing that we have, right? How do we protect our children? How do we protect our women when the people that are supposed to protect them do not protect them? How do we supposed to protect them? Let me know. How do we supposed to protect our children? We can tell them, oh, it's gonna be okay every day. We can tell them that we love them every day. We can hug them every day. But we got to get to the point of where we are not satisfied with what people do, right? People do a whole lot of things to our kids and think it's okay. A whole lot of people do a whole lot of things to our women and think it's okay. It's not okay. Who's supposed to protect them? Who's supposed to protect your mother when they go through something? Who's supposed to protect anything that you do? You're supposed to be protected. You're supposed to be shielded. You're supposed to be shielded. How are you going to be shielded when things are not right? How are you going to be shielded? How are you going to be the man you're supposed to be? How are you supposed to be the woman you're supposed to be? You're not protecting your investment, your surroundings, yourself, your women, your children. How are you going to be a man and a woman not protecting them? Especially our kids. Our kids is a blessing to us. Our kids is a blessing to us. We can learn from our children. And they can learn from us. But what are they learning? What are we teaching them? What are these parents teaching these kids at home and they come to school and bully other kids? Are they getting bullied at the house? Maybe. But I will be back. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to take a commercial break. Right, quick. You take a commercial break.
Welcome to WPC Art Factory, where creativity knows no bounds and art comes to life. The t-shirts, hoodies, shorts, leggings, and cups here are truly unique. Here at WPC Art Factory, we pour our hearts and souls into every creation. It's not just about making art, it's about making a statement. We strive to push the boundaries of creativity and challenge conventional norms. That's what sets us apart. WPC Art Factory has something for everyone. Experience the magic of art like never before. Visit us today and let your imagination soar, where the designs are created by us and made by Together We Break Chains Production.
Yeah, we're back. We're back. We're back. Like I said, we got to come together as one. We got to come together as a family. We got to come together as a unit, protect our our people, our our family, women and kids. If we do not protect them, who gonna protect them? Do we expect the system to protect them? Do we expect our neighbors to protect them? Who do we expect? Who do we expect to protect our kids? Who do we expect to protect our women? Who do we expect to do that? Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me. Dollar Bear, five-side respect to you. Thank you for hitting the like button. This has to be talked about. That's why some of our kids go missing. That's why some of our kids run away from home. Because they feel like nobody is protecting them. That's what they feel. I want to ask you this question. How many of y'all How many of you parents out there have a conversation with your child? Not just have a conversation, not with you just talking to them or at them. How many of you parents actually listen to your child? How many do y'all actually listen to your child? How many do y'all believe your child, your children, or your child? Respect, Sky. How many times have your child have came to say, "Oh, this right here"? How many times have you went and looked into it? Hmm. How many times have you went and looked into it? I guarantee you, most majority of people haven't looked into their child. How many of y'all stay in y'all children's business? Hold on, Miss Kimi. Okay, hold on. Miss Kimmy, this you?
Yes, it is.
Okay, just had to make sure.
Yes, it's me. It's me. I'm going
You know,
back up.
I had to make sure.
No, I thought you saw me backstage, but it's all good. I appreciate you.
I had to hit the troll before you cammed up. So, how you feel about the subject I'm talking about tonight? You got to protect y'all women. You got to protect y'all.
You coming in a little choppy, D Truth. Can you say that one more time for me?
I said, how do you feel about the subject I'm talking about tonight? About we got to protect our women. We got to protect our children across the board.
This is an important topic. It is a topic that I don't think is discussed enough because we're so busy going at each other and we're so busy causing dissension and worrying about things that at the end of the day doesn't really matter in the big scheme of things, that and I feel like it's by design, but we have to really individually as well as collectively, in my opinion, we have to really be aware and be connected with those that we breathe life into, that we give seed to. These children don't ask to be here. They don't ask to be born. And once they get here, well, for whatever reasons, we have people that are having children for the wrong reasons. And it shows long term when they're lacking or when they don't invest in their seeds and in their offspring. We have consented over the years, in my opinion, of allowing other people to educate our children. And when other people are educating our children, they're participating in the upbringing of our children at the end of the day. So we really have to look at it for what it is. And in the environment that these children are being born, and this upcoming generation, suicide and unaliving one another is happening at an alarming rate. There's a reason for that. We have to really start at home. We have to invest in what we have control over. And that's us making the decisions to have children. We can't drop the ball and we can't trust people that we don't know to be as invested in our children as we are. It is our duty. It is our responsibility, and it is a commandment.
Hey, you're right about that. And the thing about what people fail to realize is that if they were to see what the schools were really intended for, it's not intended. Some people, I'm gonna put it up. Some people in our community use the school as a babysitting. I'm just gonna put it out there, babysitting.
You said something.
And
You said, what is the school intended for? It's intended, let's make no mistake about it. The public school system is intended to be a school to prison pipeline.
Yeah, and if people go research what school was actually started for, it started for the workforce, right? That's what it was started for. Were they big industries when it first started? They like robots, and it's just like the school system is not protecting our children, and guess what? The justice system is not protecting our women.
It's
They
not
kind of
up
funny
to
how
the justice system, though.
it kind of funny how the justice system and the school system is doing the same thing.
Because it's all orchestrated and run by the same people. But it's not their responsibility to protect our children or our women. It is the family's responsibility. But we've lost the concept of family and the core unit of being familial. And
I'm
we
like,
to that.
you're right about that, and you said something very important in the chat, right? You want to sit there and observe what the teacher's teaching and how how students react to the teacher and all that stuff, and they won't let you do it, right? Yeah, take them
Correct.
out of school. So take them out of school. Guess what? Hey, I'm gonna tell my child, hey, guess what? I'm gonna start homeschooling my child.
Yep.
See what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
what they're gonna hurt, even the private school is starting to do the same thing the public school doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
The charter school, private school, and the public school started doing the same doggone thing. What is a piece of paper? What is a piece of paper? Oh, we talked to them. What is that gonna do? I'm gonna ask this question to you in the chat. How many times have our mom, our dad back in the day talked to us, tell us not to do something we wouldn't did it anyway? How many times have our parents sat there and talked to us, said, "Don't do this, don't do that," and we, in our own mind, we're gonna go do it anyway, and there was consequences for our actions. See, these bullies, that's what I call abusers, bullies. Go ahead, Akiva.
No, I agree with you. I thought you were directing that, you was directing that question to the chat specifically, but no, we live in a fear-based and motivated society, and the quickest and easiest way to indoctrinate our children is to do it through the school system, which is why they camouflage the veil of protection, but then they won't allow the parents to come in and observe or to be privy to information that's going on with incidents. And I can speak for myself. My son had an incident in school, and when the assistant principal called me, he said, well, there's only so much we can say. We can't tell you how the other child was disciplined, if the other child was disciplined. So basically you're saying that it's none of my business, but the only thing that's my business is that my child was the victim of a situation and circumstance that you don't have all of the information, because you're getting several sides of the story and the truth is somewhere in the middle. But then when I ask you questions, you're telling me, well, that's confidential to protect the parents of the offender. So the person that assaulted my child, you protect them, but where was that protection with my child before I got this phone call? And so I just try to be logical about it, and I'm going to ask the questions whether they're comfortable or uncomfortable, and depending on your answer, he will either come to this school tomorrow or he won't. And like you said, the homeschool, but I do a hybrid. So, because my son is almost done with school, he goes to school half of a day and then he's home the remainder of time. So, majority of his education is at home. He plays sports outside, and that's by design. But I'm just saying that the way that these institutions, because don't get it twisted, schools are institutions. And if you look at and I just want to throw something out there. If you look at the prison buses and you look at the school buses, the only things that are different is the color. Definitely a prison pipeline.
Yeah, and another thing that's different is the color. You're right. And guess what? And it don't have no bars on them. Yep. and you heard what I said when you said that right there. I said, one, if say I'm gonna take my niece for instance. My niece come home, tell my sister or tell me that somebody bullied her. Oh, we're gonna be at that school. I'm taking that day off, go to the school, and let them know. And have my niece point out the one that bullying, find out their parent. We're gonna have a sit down. We're gonna have a sit down with all the parents who bully my niece. I'm gonna let them know. If your child bully my niece one more time, and tell the school and the superintendent, if that goes on again, if she comes back and says it happened again, we're gonna have a problem, a real big major problem. And guess what? That gonna be the day I go to jail, because it doesn't make no sense that, first of all, some parents should be having no kids anyway, because they don't know some of them don't know how to parent. And I look like this right here. Bullies at school and anywhere else, no reason they bullies, because guess what? I'm a firm believer, if the bully at school is getting bullied at home by their parents. I don't know what you in the chat when I did this story at the Missouri girl, right? They decided not to charge her an adult, and they try to paint this Caucasian girl as the perfect student, but come and find out she been getting in trouble, started picking fights and all that stuff, and she was suspended from school and went along school, nowhere around school grounds, right? And she came back up there, and they said this other boy hit this girl, 15-year-old, and Gaines hit the 15-year-old. McClure, which is a black girl, wore ass out and put her in the hospital. See, that was going to start happening. Respect to God the brand. That was going to start happening. And then see, the principal and the assistant principal, all them other folks could say something out their mouth. You know, they could say things out of their mouth, make it sound good, right? But if your body language is not matching what comes out your mouth, I'm not going to believe you. I'm not going to believe you. And look how much money these states, these cities are losing because of recklessness. And I just saw a video, right? It was from Mount Vernon, New York. This from 2022. These two girls was on the same chill team. But this other girl became captain of her chill Mount Vernon junior varsity team, and she was A.B. student. She was going to she was going to go to college, become a doctor. So that team won the basketball championship. She went to the parade with a friend of hers, and this other girl was so doggone jealous that she took a knife and stabbed her and unalived her. And she was, I think she was 15 or 16, the girl that did it. And then she wanted, guess how many years she got? She got 3 to 9 years. That's what the judge said, that's the only sentence they can give her because she's a juvenile. And she wrote a speech to the family saying she made a bad choice. But like somebody said, these young folks cannot control their emotions. You know why they can't control their emotion? Because parents in the household cannot control their emotion.
Yes.
We can tell kids not to do this and do that, but they do what they see a grown up do, right? Look what we do that our parents did. I know there's some things that you do that your parents did. There are people in the chat that do something that their parents did. Like I said, parents could tell a child not to do something. Don't drink this, don't smoke that, whatever. Guess what? Curiosity gonna get the best of the child. And with domestic violence in the home, and a child sees that shows them, oh, I can go bully somebody. That's how I settle my conflict, right? No, we gotta have a sit down. Like I said, we gotta have a sit down. Like you said, gotta have a sit down with your child, have a talk with your child. Not only not talk at them, not do all the talking. You gotta listen to them. Cause how many children actually go back to their parents and tell them what's really going on?
It's already kind of difficult for them to do that anyway. And then all they need is a reason. All they need is for you to dismiss them, to not be interested, to scold and ostracize them, or bring up their weaknesses or what they could have done differently, as opposed to just buttoning up the lips and listening, like you said, and speaking to your child and with your child and not at your child.
You're right. And this gonna be an ongoing series this week about this right here. Cause as you can see, I got the teen hotline going across the stream, and I got the domestic violence national hotline on the stream. Cause like I said, everybody got domestic violence in every community. And everybody thinks that it's outside community that hurts their own community. But we got to start realizing that it's our own, in our own community, we are hurting ourselves. I don't care what community you come from. I don't care you're Caucasian, Asian, Hispanic, Indian, Arab, Black. I don't care what skin tone you are. It happens in every community, but yet we want to blame on the outside sources. But we got a whole lot of, it's a whole lot of resources out there for kids. But what about the ones that is at a house that is getting bullied and go to school to do the bullying?
It's a great question.
See, that's the major problem right there. See, we, like I said, this is the conversation that's gonna go on, because if you go look at some if people go look at some of my videos, this is not the first time I talked about this. I talk about this all the time, because we as a community, we got to come together as one. We always fighting over this, we always fighting over that, who got this, who got that. It's always the crab in the barrel mentality. I don't care what community you come from. And we talk about the Orange Man, Joe Biden, all these other politicians. Forget them; they're not going to do nothing. Our local politicians not going to do nothing. It's up for us to do something, especially in our own household. It starts from the household.
Yes.
If we don't nip this, go ahead.
No, I was agreeing with you. Yes, it starts in the household. It starts in the household. What we have control over, what we're able to do, what's within our immediate grasp, our family and our children and our significant others and our lineage, they are our responsibility. You only get one shot at this. These kids grow fast. And in the world we're living in, time is sped up, and it is continuously speeding up. And we have to be mindful of that. Time is not our friend. And if we are raising families and we have children that we are raising in this tumultuous time that we're living in very uncertain times, then we need to make that count. And we need to invest and be very focal when it comes to focused, when it comes to our children, when it comes to what their surroundings are, where they spend a majority of their day, what they are learning. When they come home, it should be normalized as us discussing what transpired in your day, communicating if their children are going to public school systems, having relationships in the line of communication that is open with the staff, not just the teachers, but with the staff, with the assistant principal. They should know you by face and by name when it comes to associating you with your children. If you homeschool your children, then they're in a better position, but that takes a lot as well. And a lot of parents are not capable or able to do that. You have a lot of children that are coming from single parent households where that single parent is having to hold down multiple jobs on top of taking care of the household. And what was meant for a 2-person or 2-parent household is now 1. And to me, that's by design as well. So you have less time to focus on the children. And then you have the tablets, you have these social media platforms, you got TikTok, you got Instagram. We're in this matrix. And you're talking about the school being a babysitter. So are these tablets. You have little children that aren't even school age yet that are getting tablets and phones and all of that. And they're becoming severely addicted to it, to the point where they get violent once you take it away. There's a lot this is multi-layered. Like you said, this is not definitely going to be something that will be fully covered in one conversation. Because this has been ongoing, and while we have been distracted through entertainment, through sports, through things that at the end of the day doesn't really affect our day-to-day activities and life unless we choose it to, our children are being raised and are growing up in an environment where they are not getting what they need from the parents.
You're right about that, and I'm gonna take a line from one of for a person that is dear to me, and she said that this environment, this society, the school system is dumbing our kids down, point blank. And you're right. Put a tablet in their hand, a laptop, a phone, Some of these kids know how to work before they even 3 years old. They know how to work the phone better than we do. And that's sad. And I look at it like this. We as a society, until we come to grip on what's really going on in society, and until people, I said, there's several different kind of people, right? There's the not woke, that's a woke, that's the too darn woke folks. You know what I'm saying? And there's folks that really don't care. See, our kids and some parents so caught up in what the Real Housewives of whatever city, the basketball wives and all that. That's all fake. That's all fake. They all fake. And what you see people be posting on Instagram, you know how some couple posts they have on Instagram, on social media? You think they're really happy? They're not really happy. They show you what they want you to see. And like I tell people, it's society is a stage. Society is just like a movie or a TV show. Some people be acting, and they doggone good at it too. But until people start waking up and see what's really going on, we got to pay attention to what's going on in our own home and do what we got to do so our children can be safe, so our women can be safe. And I'm gonna have to come up this conversation again this week, and I'm gonna find out some status of how many children have unalived themselves, how many status of how many women have been victim of domestic violence this year. I'm gonna come with the numbers. And it's sad that a 10-year-old and a 12-year-old, and I think there's another 10-year-old that alive themselves. And you know what makes it so bad? They come on social media and do it too. What are your kids? So they go show you that the parents don't understand what their kids doing, and they don't really care. Mike Jackson hit it right on the head. Mike hit it right on the head. They do not care about us. They do not care about us. They don't care about our kids. They don't care about our women. We got to start caring. See, parents like you, together, Sky, everybody that's in the chat, sit down and ask your kids what's going on and let them do the talking and do not interrupt them.
That's very powerful, because the minute you do, you're gonna lose them. They're gonna check out. It's going to be reaffirmed that nobody really cares. And if they get the feeling or the impression that their parents or that their first source of contact doesn't care, or that they are more interested in controlling the conversation instead of listening to understand, you're going to damage that relationship of communication.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. That communication. I don't care what kind of relationship you're in. I keep saying it over and over again. I don't care if you're in a man and woman relationship or your kids. Communication is the key. Because if it's just like say a man and a woman sit down and the woman have a problem and the man do all the talking. Get what? She gonna check out.
Yes.
If a man got a problem in a relationship, he was trying to get it out, and the woman do all the talking. Guess what? He gonna check out. Same thing with children. Same with children. Sometimes sometimes they gotta close their mouth and open their ears. Listen. But thing about listening, people can listen, but they don't hear. But sometimes when you hear, you don't listen. You gotta listen to hear and hear to listen. But how do
Listen
people
to
do that?
understand and not to respond. You listen to perceive and to understand and let it register, and not necessarily sitting back thinking, how am I going to address this once they take a breath? How am I going to respond? How am I going to come back? It's not what this is about. A lot of times, the determined factor whether that child goes to bed at peace or not is if they're able to vent and get it out. And it really adds to it when they can get it out to someone that they trust. I want to say I appreciate the fact that you have provided information for people that need to seek help if they don't have anybody to talk to, or they don't have anyone that they feel connected to, that they trust to talk to. And so I think that that's very important. I did want to come up and just be a part of the conversation because I saw that you were live, and I am very invested in the topic. My time is just short this evening, so I wanted to stop in and just say, just keep up, the work, doing the work, the good work, and informing our people and reminding our people that, you know what, it's not just about what we want. It's not just about where we're going or what our wants and needs are, but it's about, there's a whole responsibility and a whole calling. I used to always say, and I still believe it, though I don't say it as much, that when you become a parent, that is a purpose that's being fulfilled. That's a calling. And a lot of us, most of us, have more than one, but we don't want to ignore or minimize the role of not just bringing a life into this world, but caring for that life until that life is able to care for itself. So with that, I'm going to bid farewell for the evening. I appreciate it. Salute to the chat. Salute to you, D Truth. Thank you for having this conversation. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Kimmy. Hey, you welcome on this platform anytime because, hey, I like, see, I can speak from a man's point of view, but I like to hear a woman's point of view. You know what I'm saying? And before you go, I'm gonna read this what Together had put that respect to Together. She said, sometimes when people are in domestic violence, you need to be a friend, not try to dictate their next move. Just be there for them.
Yes.
Which is true.
Yes. Amen. Amen.
And thank you. And when I see you come in, like I was like, let me drop the link, see who want to come out and say their piece, and you don't say it all. Hey, and we don't say it all. Like I said, I want to come back with some numbers this week, and it's just horrible. It just aches at my heart. You know what I'm saying? But I thank you, and like I said, you're welcome on this platform anytime. And you got some knowledge. Hey, and tell your son keep up the great work he's doing.
Oh, I sure will. Thank you. And likewise, I don't know, the specifics of the dynamics of your family, but because of the level of passion that you have, I know that you're invested no matter what it looks like and how many may be in it. And we just, I just want to say that you are appreciated. You know, I think I never would have thought that this would become a much needed but rare conversation, you know, but nevertheless, you are up for the task and you took the job on, and we appreciate you.
Just gonna put that up. You knew my sister knew. You knew said. I don't know if you can see it or not.
Oh, yes. Oh, salute to you. I love her passion as well. I listen in from time to time from the bushes when I'm in motion and I'm unable to participate in the chat. But I love the power and the passion and the sincerity. Um, Authenticity is hard to find nowadays. It's here. You know, it's there. It's prevalent. We have a lot of authentic people, a lot of real people, and they seek one another out. So, but thank you. I appreciate that, Miss Yunu, for the acknowledgement, and it's reciprocated, definitely.
Yeah. And Amy, did I pronounce it right?
Yes, Akimi.
Oh man, I get. Hey, I'm like, how do you pronounce it? I'm like, okay, I got it. But you stay safe out there. Hey, beware your surroundings, and keep doing what you're doing with your son. Cause guess what? He gonna love you for the rest of his life.
Amen. I receive it. I receive it, and thank you so very much. And I hope y'all have a great rest of your evening. And yes, I will do all of those things that you wished upon me. I appreciate you. All right. Peace
And
and blessings to you, D
peace and
True.
blessing.
All right. Take care.
Okay, you be safe.
You. Thank you.
Together, you want to come up and say your piece? I know you knew won't want to, but she can't. You want to come and say your piece, too? Not you knew, but hold on, let's see. Come on. Oh, you said nope. Yeah, but this right here is a serious subject, and I will stay on top of it. And like I said, sometime this week I will come back with the numbers of what's it, January, February, March, April, May, 5 months. How many unaliving? How many women, children had unalived themselves because of a situation? I will come up with the name. I know what you said. We got to be a friend. We got to sit and listen. They got to make their own decision. We all we do there be there for them. And just in case if lo and behold something happen, we know who to put the finger at for that action. But like I said, stay in your lives and just just ask your children or request your children to if they got anything they need to talk to you about, they could tell them they could come to you and you just sit there and listen to them. And ladies and gentlemen, be vigilant, watch your surroundings, get your head out the phone as you are out. And this one will say before I leave. Love and respect yourself. Because when you respect yourself, you can see through all the BS that is going on around you. Love yourself. Self-love is the best love. You love you better than you love yourself. Like Keith Sweat said, nobody. But there's some people out there that don't love themselves like they're supposed to. They look for, you love someone, they can love you. But if you love yourself enough, love yourself enough to get out of that situation. But you gotta love yourself enough to get out of that situation. But guess what? It's gonna be hard. But be a friend, not a dictator, like Sister Taylor said. Because that's how I feel. That's why I feel like some of the domestic violence victims that going through it. That's why they don't tell their friends. That's why they don't tell their relatives. Because they feel like they're gonna be a dictator. Peace and love. And we are out of here. Anybody got any more comments? Anybody got any more comment? Like, share, and if you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit that like button. And I do have membership. You can join this channel. Start off with low price, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But like I said, we got to take care of ourselves and each other and our kids. Foremost. Peace and love. And like I said, I'm out of here. Love and respect yourself, because you love and respect yourself. You seek through all the BS. And your self-love is the best love, because who's going to love you better than you love yourself? I'll try to read some more of these comments. And you know what time it is. You already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. And we are out. So we got the brother coming in. Thank you.